Have you ever thought about how the time you drift off to sleep might be quietly affecting your health after 70? As the years go by, sleep doesn't just feel harder to catch. It actually changes in ways that impact your entire body. The moment you choose to close your eyes could be playing a bigger role in your energy, memory, and even your heart health than you realize. In today's video, we're diving into the ideal bedtime for those over 70, and why getting the timing right could make a real difference in how you feel each day. Stick around until the end, because the simple insights you'll pick up might not only help you rest better, but also help you move through life with more strength, focus, and peace. Let's jump in. Number 1. The ideal bedtime window. One of the most important shifts that occurs after the age of 70 is how your body interprets time, especially when it comes to sleep. You might notice that you get sleepy earlier than you used to, or that your body wakes you up before the sun even rises. This isn't just a quirky sign of aging, it's a reflection of something deeper. As we grow older, our internal body clock, called the circadian rhythm, begins to change. Melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate our sleep-wake cycle, is produced earlier in the evening and tapers off earlier in the morning, often leading to earlier bedtimes and earlier wake-ups. Experts now recommend that people over 70 aim for a consistent sleep schedule that falls roughly between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. This window allows your body to work with its natural rhythm instead of fighting against it. Going to bed too late or trying to sleep in too long can actually backfire, leading to broken sleep, daytime drowsiness, or even nighttime anxiety. For example, Richard, who's 76 and living in Arizona, used to stay up past midnight watching TV. Over time, he found himself waking up groggy and irritable, even after what seemed like enough hours of sleep. It wasn't until his doctor suggested shifting his bedtime earlier, closer to 9:30 p.m., that he began to notice a change. Not only did he fall asleep faster, but he also began waking up feeling genuinely rested. That one change restored his energy, improved his memory, and even lifted his mood throughout the day. Your body after 70 becomes more sensitive to sleep disruption, and even if you don't feel particularly tired at 9 p.m., sticking to that earlier sleep window helps anchor your rhythm, so your body knows when to rest and when to rise. It's not about turning into a morning person overnight. It's about aligning with what your biology is now asking of you. This doesn't mean forcing yourself into bed when you're wide awake or staring at the ceiling in frustration. It's more about slowly training your body to wind down at the same time. Each night, by dimming the lights, turning off the TV, and setting a predictable routine that signals to your brain it's time to sleep. After 70, quality of sleep becomes more important than quantity, and choosing the right window to rest can mean the difference between dragging through your day or moving through it with clarity and calm. The earlier you learn to respect your body's new schedule, the more control you'll feel over your energy, your memory, and even your long-term health. Number 2, the danger of fragmented sleep. One of the more frustrating aspects of aging is how easily your sleep becomes interrupted. You might fall asleep easily, only to find yourself waking up multiple times a night, sometimes to use the bathroom, sometimes for no reason at all. These interruptions may seem small in the moment, but over time they chip away at your body's ability to rest, recover, and regenerate. Fragmented sleep isn't just annoying, it has consequences. Sleep is when your brain clears out toxins, balances hormones, and consolidates memory. When that process is broken up, you're not just tired, you're vulnerable. Studies have shown that older adults with disrupted sleep are more likely to experience falls, confusion, elevated blood pressure, and even cognitive decline. The good news is that fragmented sleep is often preventable, or at the very least manageable. One of the most effective strategies is to maintain a consistent wake-up time, even on weekends. This simple habit reinforces your sleep-wake cycle and stabilizes your internal clock, reducing night awakenings over time. It may sound counterintuitive, but waking up at the same time every day, even if you had a rough night, can help anchor your rhythm and improve your sleep long-term. Another tool, light exposure to natural sunlight in the morning, helps reset your body's clock and signals to your brain when to be awake and when to rest. Try to step outside within an hour of waking, even just for 10 minutes. It's a small act that has a big impact on how well you sleep later that night. And of course, avoid long naps in the afternoon. A short rest after lunch, say 20 minutes, can be refreshing, but if you sleep too long or too late in the day, it can delay your body's desire to fall asleep at bedtime, setting you up for another restless night. Walter, a 79-year-old from Michigan, found himself waking up 4 or 5 times a night. At first, he thought it was just part of getting older. But after speaking with a sleep specialist, he started limiting his caffeine to early morning, kept his wake-up time consistent even after a poor night's rest, and began walking outside in the morning light. Within 2 weeks, he was sleeping longer stretches without interruption. His energy improved, his mood lifted, and even his family noticed a difference. Sleep after 70 isn't just about getting to bed on time, it's about protecting your sleep from the things that quietly steal it. Like inconsistent schedules, naps that drag on, or missed morning light, every small change counts. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell. You don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3. How sleep after 70 protects your heart. Many people think sleep is just for rest, but after 70 it becomes a shield, especially for your heart. The connection between poor sleep and cardiovascular problems becomes stronger with age. Short sleep, irregular sleep, or low-quality sleep places stress on your blood vessels, raises your blood pressure, and affects your heart rhythm. Over time, this can lead to a higher risk of heart attacks, strokes, and chronic inflammation. When you don't sleep well, your body produces more stress hormones like cortisol. That's not just bad for your mood, it's bad for your arteries. Cortisol stiffens your blood vessels and raises your blood pressure. Even a few nights of poor sleep can cause measurable changes in how your heart functions. That's why maintaining heart-friendly sleep isn't just about how long you sleep, but when. So what's the best sleep window for heart protection? For most people over 70, going to bed between 9:30 and 10:30 p.m. and waking up between 5:30 and 6:30 a.m. gives your body the best chance to align with natural hormone cycles. That's when melatonin peaks and cortisol begins to decline, helping your body wind down, repair, and lower nighttime blood pressure. Another helpful step is reducing noise exposure. Even if you don't fully wake up, sounds during the night can raise your heart rate and disturb your rest. Soft earplugs or a white noise machine can buffer these sounds, giving your heart a better chance to rest fully. Temperature matters too. The body sleeps best when the room is cool, ideally around 65 degrees Celsius. A cooler room helps the body maintain stable blood pressure during the night. Roger, 84, had no history of heart problems, but began experiencing episodes of high blood pressure and palpitations after months of poor sleep. His doctor didn't prescribe medication right away. Instead, they tracked his sleep. Roger had been going to bed too late, watching television until midnight, and often sleeping only 5 or 6 hours. By shifting his sleep time to 10 p.m., removing late-night screens and cooling the bedroom, his heart rate and blood pressure stabilized. He felt stronger and more alert, with no medication needed. This isn't about fear, it's about prevention. Heart health at 70 and beyond is deeply tied to how you sleep. Not just how much, but when and how deeply. Your sleep is not a luxury, it's a nightly tune-up for the most vital organ in your body. Number 4. Why late-night sleep leads to cognitive decline. It may surprise you, but your brain doesn't just rest while you sleep. It works hard to clean itself. When you're over 70, the timing of your sleep determines how well this cleansing system functions. The glymphatic system, which clears waste from the brain, is most active during deep sleep that occurs in the earlier part of the night. If you sleep too late, say after midnight, you miss out on the deepest, most restorative phases. This isn't just theory. Studies show that people who sleep late into the night and wake up late are more likely to experience memory issues, slower thinking, and even signs of early dementia. That's because deep sleep, which typically happens within the first few hours of rest, is when your brain flushes out beta amyloid, a protein associated with Alzheimer's disease. That flushing works best if you fall asleep during your body's natural rhythm, ideally before 11 p.m. People who regularly go to bed late often report brain fog, trouble focusing, or struggling with words. That fog isn't just mental fatigue, it's the residue of an unclean brain. The longer it stays, the harder it becomes to reverse. Once you miss that optimal sleep window, you're not just tired the next day, you've deprived your brain of its maintenance cycle. Grace, 79, used to say she just wasn't a morning person. She stayed up until 1 a.m., reading or watching movies. Over time, she began forgetting conversations and losing her train of thought mid-sentence. When her daughter urged her to shift her bedtime earlier, Grace was skeptical, but with a little discipline and melatonin support, she began sleeping by 10 p.m. Within weeks, her clarity returned. She didn't just feel sharper, she became more engaged in conversations and even started journaling again. If you care about preserving your memory, protecting your personality, and staying independent, your brain must be a nightly priority. That starts with honoring the body's natural clock. Sleeping at the right time isn't a minor detail, it's a neurological safeguard. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, the hidden danger of inconsistent sleep timing. Sleeping at random hours, even if you get enough hours total, can quietly wreak havoc on your health. After 70, while most people focus on how long they sleep, research shows that when you sleep is just as critical, especially for older adults. Our body's internal clock, called the circadian rhythm, thrives on predictability. When your bedtime shifts dramatically from night to night, your system gets confused, leading to problems with blood pressure, metabolism, and even immune function. Inconsistent sleep schedules have been linked to higher risks of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and even depression in older adults. This is partly because hormones like melatonin and cortisol follow a strict rhythm. If you sleep late on Mondays, early on Tuesdays, and take naps at odd hours, you're disrupting that rhythm and your body doesn't have time to adjust over time. These irregularities. You might feel more irritable, experience midday fatigue, or find it harder to fall asleep when you finally do want to rest. That cycle becomes self-sustaining, and not in a good way. Your sleep becomes less efficient, less restorative, and less capable of doing the biological repair it's designed for. Let's take Henry, 81. He was healthy, active, and sharp for his age, but he had no fixed bedtime. Some nights he'd stay up past midnight watching sports. Other nights he'd fall asleep in the recliner at 7 p.m. His daughter noticed he started forgetting appointments and became moodier. A sleep specialist told him the erratic sleep pattern was throwing off his entire system. Once he set a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed at 10:30 p.m. and waking at 6:30 a.m. every day. His mood stabilized, his focus improved, and even his joint pain lessened. The bottom line is this: your body thrives on routine, especially as you get older. A consistent sleep schedule helps regulate blood sugar, improves digestion, boosts mental clarity, and supports heart health. Going to bed at roughly the same time every night isn't just a habit, it's a healing strategy. Number 6, the ideal bedtime window that protects your aging body. So, what is the best sleep time for people over 70? Experts widely agree that between 9 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. is the sweet spot. This time frame aligns closely with your body's natural circadian rhythm, especially as it shifts earlier with age. You might have noticed you naturally get sleepier earlier than you used to. That's not just coincidence, it's biology. Honoring that signal is one of the smartest things you can do for your health. Melatonin, the hormone that signals sleep, typically starts rising in older adults around 8 p.m. If you go to bed around 9:30 p.m., you're catching that wave at its peak. Waiting too long, staying up till midnight or later, means you're forcing your body to stay alert when it naturally wants to shut down. That doesn't just lead to poor quality sleep. It can also suppress immune function, increase inflammation, and raise your risk for overnight blood pressure spikes. Getting to sleep during this window also improves deep sleep, the stage that helps repair cells, flush toxins from the brain, and restore energy for the next day. When you sleep too late, even if you sleep the same number of hours, you tend to get less deep sleep and more fragmented rest. That's why two people can both sleep 7 hours, but one wakes up refreshed and the other still feels drained. Let me give you a real example. Linda, 76, had been waking up groggy every morning, even though she was getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. After adjusting her bedtime from 11:45 p.m. to 9:45 p.m., she felt like a different person. Within 2 weeks, her energy returned, her digestion improved, and she stopped relying on afternoon coffee. Her doctor confirmed her blood pressure stabilized, and her resting heart rate even improved slightly. That's the kind of transformation possible with just one simple change. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated gadgets, just a bit of consistency and a willingness to listen to what your body's asking for. The best time to sleep is somewhere in that 9 to 10:30 window when your body's already trying to guide you to rest. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Final thoughts. Sleep isn't just about rest. It's your body's repair system, your emotional reset button, and your brain's nightly detox. After 70, when every hour of recovery counts just a bit more, getting it right becomes even more powerful. From how you move during the day, to the food you eat, to the time you close your eyes, every small choice stacks up. That 9 to 10:30 p.m. window may just be the key to waking up with a clearer mind, steadier mood, and stronger heart. If any part of today's video struck a chord with you, maybe it reminded you of something you've been ignoring or gave you a new way to look at your evening routine, I encourage you to try just one of these shifts tonight. You don't have to change everything at once. One better night of sleep at a time can truly change the way your days feel. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.